everyone, it's Cheryl and welcome to Make It Your Own Workout or Have It Your Way. So we're going to do one workout and you're going to be able to do it various ways. Either just your body weight without any accessories. You can do it with a light weight if you want a little added extra movement. You could do it with a heavy weight if you want a little bit more strength. And you could also do it as if you were doing a bar class. So if you had a bar, if you had a chair, this is a little bit higher than you would have your chair back to be. You kind of want to be somewhere around the waistline. Or you could use a wall or a railing, anything like that, that will help you with your balance. So again, this could be a bar workout, this could be a body weight workout, this could also be a workout that's using heavy weights. And you could go back and do it over and over again, whichever way you want to do it. First things first though, we're going to start out by warming up. So legs hip distance apart, hold on to something if you need to. You're going to bring the right leg across and over. So you're just going to warm up those hips. You're drawing the energy up through the leg, lifting it out through the crown. So you've got that nice long length of the spine, and you're working on those hip mobility, just kind of opening up, warming up the hips. And now we're going to switch over to the other side. So open and close, open and close. Draw the belly button in to keep that core nice and activated. Tailbone is heavy towards the earth, so you're not arching and collapsing in the back. Shoulders are open and rolling down, so you're nice and wide over the collarbone to create that space, and you're lifting up through the crown of the head. Bring the leg back down. So now your legs are hip distance apart. You're going to sit back into that squat. So you're going to reach the hips back to that chair that's just out of space, pressing through the heels, lifting up, keeping the chest nice and open. Going down and up, there's different ways that you could do this. You could keep your hands to the side. You can make it a little bit more challenging and putting your hands behind the head. If you have tight shoulders, what's going to happen is you're going to end up arching in that back, and you do not want to do that. You're squeezing the glutes when you're lifting up, you're pressing through the heels, and you're also being mindful that your knees do not go past the toes to protect them. Exhale when you lift up. So give me 4 more here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to split this lunge. So the right leg is going to come out in front, the left leg is going to go out behind, holding onto something if you need to. Knee is directly over the heel, roll the shoulders back and down, lower and lift. On the lift, you're pressing through that heel, you're keeping the knee above the heel, not beyond the toe. Tailbone is nice and heavy, lift through the crown of the head, exhale when you lift up. Give me 2 more here. And now you're going to swap out legs. Swapping them out and going down and up. Making sure that knee doesn't go past the toe. Making sure you're not rounding the back. Trying to get that back leg parallel to the earth. That's the goal here. That's what you're trying to do. 2 more here. And 1 more. Nice. So again, you can work on the balance by holding here. Here you're just going to bring the leg back into this curtsy. What I'm going to tell you right now is, look at where my feet are. This leg, the left leg, try to put it out on an angle, because then the knee and the toe are going to be in the same alignment. You're going to get that hip rotation and you're not going to hurt the knee. So for people, you always want the knee and the toe tracking in the same direction. You can hold on to this bar or chair or step wherever. You're going to find when people complain that their knee hurts, most likely it's because the knee and the toes facing this way, but the knee is going that way, and that's where the pain comes in. So you want them facing the same direction. 1 more, bringing it over to the other side. So remember, see, my toes facing out this way. If my foot was facing this way, this would probably cause knee pain because my knee's going this way, my toes going this way. I want them both facing at that same direction. I don't want my knee beyond my toes, but I want them in line with the toes. Give me 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. And now bring the legs out nice and wide. Toes are out, knees are out, roll the shoulders back and down, tailbone is nice and heavy, down and up. We're just going to add the arms in here now if you feel comfortable doing so. This is going to add a little bit more cardio, but it's also going to give more range of motion for the shoulders, kind of working the whole joint area, lifting and lowering. When you do lift and you're exhaling, you're using that breath to help you move, you're bringing the legs in towards the center, so you're squeezing them in towards the midline to really try to activate that inner thigh. Give me one more. All right, so I think that we are warmed up right now. We're going to do asymmetric, meaning one arm, one leg, for the most part. So first move, your hand is going to hold onto the dumbbell, roll the shoulders back and down. Now watch. I would like for you to have your legs out nice and wide. For those of you who are used to deadlifts, kind of really not. I want this to be a back movement. So you're going to bend the legs as much as you need to keep that back extended, and then lift up. So bend the legs as much as you need to, and then lift up. Bend the legs. So it's kind of like a half squat while you hinge forward. And we're just doing it asymmetrically. So you're just holding the leg over onto the one leg. And you're just going to do this 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to go over to the other side. Legs wide, hip distance. Roll the shoulders back and down. Draw the belly button in. Bend the knees. Then hinge forward along the spine and lift up. Now the reason I'm having you do it this way is because I want to get extension in the spine. When you do it with your legs together, you don't get that hip rotation going out. Your glutes really engage, and that inhibits that spine length. And what most people end up doing is rounding the spine. So for this particular move, I do not want that spine rounded. I want you to feel the space created in that length of the spine. One more. Nice. Now we're going to go one weight, no weights, heavy weights, your choice. Use the bar if you need to. Now this leg is straight. You're going to do one leg. Reach and lift it up. Now if you don't need to hold onto the bar for balance, if you want lighter weight, you could use lighter weight. You're keeping the belly button drawn back to the spine. You're pressing through the heel every time you lift up. You're trying a lot not to round the shoulders. And see if you could square off those hips, meaning trying to keep them parallel to the ground. Try not to lift the opposite hip up, the one that's not grounded. One more. Beautiful. Now, hold it here. Palm faces in. Draw this hip backwards, the other hip forward, flex the foot, and if you'd like, you're going to lift up, working the back, getting extension through the head and the crown, getting extension through the heel, light weight or no weight, it is your call. You could always pause and pick up the weight at this point. You could always have the leg down and not work on the balance. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lift it up. We're going to go do that again. So it's 2 rounds. Roll the shoulders back and down. Maybe try the next round without holding up. Hinge forward and lift up. Hinge forward. Exhale. Lift up. Hinge forward. Exhale. Lift up. Hinge forward. Exhale. Lift up. Hinge forward. Exhale, lift up, hinge forward, exhale, lift up, hinge forward, exhale, lift up, hinge forward, hold it here, draw this hip back, the other hip forward, and lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to go over to the other leg now. Roll the shoulders back and down. Hold on to a chair if you need to. Shift the weight into the other leg. Hinge forward. Foot is flexed and lift up. So it's going to be trickier to doing it on the other side. You have to get used to that balance. And especially if you were holding on to something the first time and not the second time. You're trying to keep the back as flat as you can. You're trying to keep the shoulders and the hips parallel to the ground. And you're trying not to lose your balance. Which is hard to do when you're talking and you're shifting. And one side is going to be easier than the other. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You're exhaling when you lift up. All right, 2 more. 1 more. Hold it here, palm faces in, and lift up. Draw the elbow back, get long through the heel, get long through the crown. You're exhaling when you pull that dumbbell backwards. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If my timing was off, you're going to do 10 repetitions the first round and 8 the second. So my timing might have been off. All right, I'm going to go over. This time I'm going to show you what it looks like to hold. So you're leaning down, oops, and you're lifting up. You're hinging forward, and you're lifting up. So you could hold on to something if you like. Maybe this works your form a little bit better. So sometimes you use these props to help you with better form, right? You might get longer extension. You might not have to worry about the balance as much. You might not round your back as much. So you could use these little helpers to perfect your form. There's no shame in using a prop. In fact, it's better if it's going to make you a better form. And now extend and lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower. So remember, you could also do this with no weight. You could do this with lightweight. If you're doing it like a bar class, it's lightweight. If you're doing it as a weighted class, it's heavyweight. All right, so we're going to go back, and we're going to do a lateral movement now. So the lateral movement is going to be that curtsy that we did. So you're bringing the dumbbell back in the curtsy. Actually, I want you to switch sides because this is the side that we're working. And then bring it up. Roll the shoulders back and down. So bring it down and up. Now you could have your hand here. You could balance it out by getting a little bit more shoulder work and have your hand here. So this is the first set. We're doing it nice and easy. We're tapping. So you're getting your balance down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're still going to work on this leg. We're going to overload it a little bit. We're going to step side to side with a heavy dumbbell, without a heavy dumbbell. It is your choice. Step and bring it out. Step and bring it out. So you just bring it stepping side to side. Step and bring it center. Step and bring it center. Chest is lifted. Exhale when you lift up. Make sure the knees don't pass the toes. Press through the heels. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to add on a little bit. Same leg, same leg. Bring it down. Remember, you got the slight angle with the leg this way to protect the knee. You're going to go down and lift it up if you can. Down and lift it up. Down and lift it up. So you're picking which levels you want to do with the arms and the legs. Breathe for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Also be mindful of this arm. If it's extended, don't bring it here. You want it right at shoulder level. So the next move is side to side, and you're going to go down and lift it up. Now, if this is bothering your shoulder, you modify by keeping it low and just rotating. For 6, and you could add that lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now we're going over to the other leg. Roll the shoulders back and down, just holding it first so you get used to it. Toe out to protect the knee. Down and tap and down. And anytime if you need to hold on to that bar for balance or chair back or wall, you're going to do that, okay? For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're moving laterally. Roll the shoulders back and down. Core is engaged. Step it side and bring it back. Hips go back. You've got that lateral movement. Toes and knees are now facing forward because everything is facing in this plane in that same direction. Exhale when you press away. Inhale when you lower it down. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're adding on the bicep and we're adding on the leg lift if you want. Toes, knee outward now. Starting out in that curtsy, bend and lift it up. Bend and lift it up. Get long in the spine. Anytime you want to add the arm out this way, you can. You can keep it in here. Whatever you want to do, breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I might not have put that arm out, option out before, so please use it for this time. Go back, rewind, and do it again. All right, stepping side to side. Out and either bring it up or out and bring it up or out and open and close. All depending on your shoulder strength, on your balance, whatever you'd like to do here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. All right, we're going to move on to inner thigh. Totally inner thigh. Legs and toes go outwards. Hold this dumbbell. You could hold it like this, or you could hold it like that, like you're sliding down the wall. Down and up. Toes and knees are facing outwards. Tailbone is heavy. You're lifting up through the crown of the head. You're squeezing the legs in towards that midline. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to lift the right heel up. And you're going to hold the dumbbell out a little bit to work on isometrics. If that bothers you, you're going back to one of the underarm movements. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You got 6 more. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the shoulders back and down. Take a slight rest as you lift the left heel up. Bring the arms out. Roll them back and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and press away on the exhale. 10 total. So we're at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm going to suggest, listen, if you could hold a dumbbell and have both heels raised at the same time, awesome. I can, but if I do, my heels are barely raised. I really, really, really want them up high. I want to engage those calves as much as I can. And to do that, I need to hold on to something. So bring it down and up. Now, maybe holding on to it sideways is not going to be helpful to you. So you're going to face it and go down and up. You're having the legs outwards as much as they can. Depends on your pelvic hip girdle mobility. You do want to have your back as straight as possible so that you can squeeze those legs in, have the tailbone hang heavy, lift through the crown. You know, you don't want to be this. And if you end up being that because you're not holding on and your heels are barely off the ground, try it this way. I invite you to try it this way to have a better form, better positioning. For 4, 3, 2, you're going to hold it here and little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lift it up and pedal it out. So you have the option, heavy dumbbell or light dumbbell. Again, it's your choice, heavy or light. Roll the shoulders back and down. Kickstand this leg. Palm is in, thumb is up. Before we had the palm facing up. So palm is in, thumb is up. So you're lifting up, and then you're lifting out to the side. You're lifting up, and then you're lifting out to the side. You're lifting up, and then you're lifting out to the side. So this is just getting your balance down. Up, and out, and up, and out. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to switch over to the other side. Roll the shoulders back and down. Shift the weight into the left leg. Right leg is kind of kickstand. Start with palm faces in, thumb up. Up, and then bring it out. You're pulling the belly button back in every time you exhale and you breathe. So that's going to be a reminder to engage the core. Lift through the crown of the head. Use a breath. Really squeeze the biceps every time you lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, back to the other hand. Here's the next option for the second round. You could have the leg up, or you could actually do a leg extension for the quadricep as well, and you could hold on. So I'm going to show you holding on first. Knee is in line with the hip, roll the shoulder back and down, draw the energy up, soften this leg, so don't lock it, protect the knee. Protect the back, up and out. So watch, point the toe, flex the foot. It's a lot to think about. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to go over to the other side. Roll the shoulders back and down. Standing leg, slight bend. Slight bend. When you lock it out, that's where you hurt your back. You can kickstand, or you could bring it up. Palm in, thumb up. Point. Flex the foot, bring the arm to the side. Point the toe. Flex. Point. And flex. So it's a lot to think about. Forward with the arm, palm in, and then bring it to the side. For 4, 3, point the toe. 2, flex the foot. And 1. Beautiful. All right, bring it down. So that was biceps. We're going to work on the triceps. And for this move, you can pick your weight, whatever one you want. I'm actually going to go a little lighter. My triceps are weaker. I want to get good form, and it's hot, and I worked out this morning, so I know my body. Your body changes every day, so you're picking what works for your body every day. All right, so my right leg is forward. My left hand has the dumbbell. I'm hinging forward. I'm bringing my arm up. I'm starting at this hip. I'm extending, and I'm lowering right at the hip. I'm not bringing it here. That's a resting point. I'm keeping the resistance on my triceps the whole time. So breathe for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're just going to switch over to the other side. Shoulders parallel, hips parallel. Hinge slightly to get the abs. Bring the elbow back, squeeze for 10, 9, 8. Get nice and long from the hips and the spine and the neck. 5, 4, 3. I think we got an extra one on this time because I was talking too much. And 1. All right, we're going back to the other side. We're adding in the leg if you choose. Hold on to this if you need to. Hinge forward, flat back. Arm starts up, but the leg starts down. When the arm extends, the leg goes up and taps down. So let's go. For 10, 9, 8, squeeze, draw the belly button in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to go over to the other side. Roll the shoulders back and down. Draw the belly button in. Shift the weight. Hinge forward. Shoulders parallel. Hips parallel. Get the arm and the leg in position. And let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Very awesome. All right, we're going to do a little abs now. Just a smidge. Pick which dumbbells you'd like to use. Pick which dumbbells you'd like to use. Heavy or light. Standing. Legs hip distance apart. Draw the belly button in. Like I'm punching you now. You're bracing it. But you're keeping it braced the whole time because you think at any point in time somebody's going to punch you. Try to get your ribs to touch your hips. So exhale, ribs to hips. Somebody's punching you. Bring it back up. You keep that resistance. Knees are soft. Ribs to hips. Keep the resistance like someone's going to punch you. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Never release that resistance. You always want it on that isometric hold the whole time you're doing abs. You don't have to do abs for half an hour if you give it your all when you're working on them in this few short repetitions. Ribs to hips, abs engaged, squeezing. Even when you lift up, they're squeezing. They're not stopping. You're squeezing them the whole time. 2 more. And 1 more. And lift. And by the way, your abs working the whole time to keep you balanced when you're doing all those one-legged things. All right. Toes and knees forward, knees soft, if you're staying here and the hips are not moving and you're just rotating. If you want a little bit more oomph for the legs and you want to get the inner thigh, toes and knees need to be out. You're sinking into it and then you're bringing it. And you're trying to keep the hips facing forward. So it's almost like this total disconnect from the upper body to the lower body to get the rotation for those obliques, and the abs are still drawn back all the way, engaging that core, pretending that punch is going to come at any moment. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right. This is pure balance. Grab a light dumbbell. You could do a heavy dumbbell. Shoulders are the weakest part of my anatomy, so I am grabbing totally light dumbbell. My right leg is forward. I'm starting with my left hand. I'm hinging forward. So you see this really nice line going on here. Going to engage my core. I'm drawing my right hip back, my left hip forward. I'm keeping this arm above my hip, and I'm pressing. So this is going to get the rear deltoids. It's going to get the core, posterior chain a little bit because you've got this going on for your core. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're staying there because this was light weights. If yours was heavy weights, drop them down or keep them. And now we're going for the balance. Leg is up, arm is up. Draw the hips so they're parallel. Press for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, other side. Left hip back, right hip forward, roll the shoulders back and down. Hinge forward, arm is back, pulse, press, 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 press. Every time you press, take that opportunity to draw the belly button back and breathe. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now's the balance. Hold on to something if you need to. Extend that leg up, and let's go. You're keeping the arm above the hip. You're keeping that length in the spine, out through the heel, out through the crown. Draw the left hip backwards, the right hip forward, so they stay parallel. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And roll it down. Awesome. Grab a heavy dumbbell or a light dumbbell or no dumbbell. Legs are hip distance apart. Roll the shoulders back and down. Here, if you have shoulder issues, even here if you have shoulder issues. If you don't get that extension, you're pressing in to all 4 corners of the left leg so you do not collapse into that right side. You're contracting the side as you're extending the other side, and you're opening up the shoulders, getting broad in the collarbone, stretching it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides, and let's go. So the tailbone is towards the earth, so that's nice and heavy. Pelvic tilt slightly. Knees are soft to protect the back. You're opening broad through the collarbone, pressing a lot into the outer edge or all 4 corners of the foot of the right leg. Contract the muscles of the left side as you extend the muscles of the right side. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, just going to stretch. So if you have the chair, flat back, hollow armpits, shift the weight into the balls of the feet. If you don't have a chair, you can have your legs hip distance apart. Interlace the hands behind your back. Knees as soft as you need them to be. Knuckles to the sky. Shift the weight into the balls of the feet. Crown of the head to the ground. And then release. Take your right leg back. Have that angled, have that hip mobility of the left as you bring the right back. Hold on to the forearm, not the wrist. That's a joint, you don't want to pull it out. Lift up, bring it over, and get that awesome stretch. And now keep the legs where they are. Hinge forward. Put your hands on the chair if you need to, on the dumbbell, on the floor, and then push this left hip forward as you draw the right hip back. Get the IT band a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, step it. So look, I got this little external rotation on my right. My left is stepping back, holding onto the forearm, lifting up to create space in the ribs, reaching over to that side to get that beautiful extension. And what are your ears, shoulders doing? They're probably riding up to your ears. You need to decompress them and relax. Just because you're getting that stretch on the side does not mean you have to go like this. You relax it. And then release, and then drape forward. Hands on the chair back, the chair cushion, dumbbells, the floor. Draw the right hip back, the left hip forward. Get that nice IT band stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the legs in. Bring the hands up on the thighs. Release the belly to the earth. Open up the chest. Deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Chest releases. Belly releases. Last one. You're going to round. And then you're going to rise. Place the hands behind the back. Make a little shelf. Lift the rib cage up. Squeeze the elbows back, opening up the chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Arms go down. One more breath. Lift it up. Exhale, lower it down. You guys were awesome. Thanks for joining me. And if you have any questions or comments, just ask, okay? Have a great day.